Oakley dokley girls and blokleys, hello once again, and good evening. It is a boy named Sue, coming at you live straight from Baked Potato. And I'm already left my ass off at the intro with this game, so off to a promising start. Doing something more than a little different tonight, thanks to Lottie. We're going to be doing I Love You Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. I know absolutely nothing about what to expect from this, except that it is going to be some goofy-ass fun. That being said, let me know if we have any issues tonight with the audio or anything, because I'm doing things a little bit differently than normal. I'm not streaming through the Xbox, I'm doing it through the laptop and Steam and whatnot. I am fully counting on a very silly time. How are you doing tonight, Lottie? That's good to hear. Oh. Well, I was hoping that you were very good, but you're only doing okay. But you're ready to crave KFC, because I am. Yeah, for sure. Especially that gravy, you know? Alright, let's jump in. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in this moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. You slept through the school year and gave up on the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. Game over already? You might not be cut out for this. Let's try that again. I kind of figured it was going to do something like that, but I had to see it. Cheat sheet. Alright, smack that clock up and at him. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about how everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Yeah, the posters really are something. You've got the crazy little chicken over here. I don't know who these guys are supposed to be. How's that? A little bit better? Hopefully it's a little bit better. Oh yeah, for sure. Let me know if I need to tweak it a little bit more, because as I said, it's different than what I'm used to, so. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. You'll need to take this seriously. I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Just what you needed to get your blood flowing. So this is like also going to be like a long commercial for KFC as well. That's great. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. That is like such a word. Yeah, that's such a word salad like title of a fucking school. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Sue. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am. Excited, a little nervous, okay, a lot nervous. What's the. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam, raised by master chef parents. She's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. Sorry, the quicksand box got me. But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. You know what? That's fair. That's not a lot of time. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Uh, Maybe you should pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief. Sorry. Uh, I've never been much of a gossip. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read?
Hmm.
The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet. And she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy looking tower? And that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. Before you can get out another word, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey! It's. How would you even pronounce that? Ashley. Your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Would you just pronounce it Ashley? Or do you have to be extra? At the very least, you have to pronounce it Ashley, right? I'm gonna have to do the lay. Like she's like a valley girl or something. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave Sue's shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley. But she just had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. Oh my god. This is killing me. This is licensed by KFC. Somebody at KFC really doesn't like this name. Oh, she's got drumsticks on her socks. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley, his best friend, Van the Man. Has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. Van Van, you rang. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. Why does he look like a JoJo character? I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. A mix between JoJo and Team Rocket. I can see that. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. This looks like the anime version of the Kazoo Kid or something, man. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing part against the window directly next to it. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you? My name's Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm Sue. So, are you gonna make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kinda cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. There's a corgi, right? A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class. Adorable. He's got a little spatula in his mouth. And look, he's got like little Dumbledore glasses. Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCS AL. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. Alright. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Yeah, because KFC is fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. It's... If it isn't my favorite student, Harland... Colonel Sanders interrupts Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel San. Sorry, Colonel Saunders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a lot. Maybe we should open up that window back up before faucet pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is it with all your really weird insults? Besides, when Sue sweats, it's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. You take a moment to clean yourself up. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to UCSAL. I'm sorry, it's going to be really hard for me to keep on reading that every time, so we might just keep on shortening it like that. The greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my third year in this school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. I've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try to butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket. But what kind? Well, I think it's obvious since it's, the Kentucky Fried Chicken game. We should probably give him the beef treat. No, I'm just kidding. The chicken snack. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Well, well, well. I think there might be some competition for new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. You know what? That's absolutely true. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only two options remain. Hey, Sue, there's still a seat here. Seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me if you're interested. Ooh, two good options, but which will you choose? Do you snub your best friend to sit by Colonel San? He's just so... It's too boring to sit by your best friend. We gotta stir the pot and cause drama. We gotta sit by Colonel San. move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me this seat. I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me! This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you're ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B, and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? It depends. No. Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. That's right. Forest is to tree, as chicken is to a slam dunk. That's wrong. I just wanted to piss him off. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? Obviously a spork. That's right. What food is best for a broken heart? Camel meat. A pancake that looks like a silly face. Anything as long as it is prepared with love and not too much salt. Is Sprinkles a good boy? He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He's the best boy. That's right. I could have had a perfect score too. Only 1 wrong, not too shabby. You might just do alright, kid. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He nods with approval. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would be serious about eating. Delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was... Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh. Lunch, lunch, lunch. She said shh. Everyone's telling Pop to shut up. In honor of the new semester, I've prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. Aha! That must be the smell that I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble, as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What, you think we want your stupid recipe, dude? Nah, my dude. Nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him. Yeah, definitely got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what Zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Or no, I'll take his. Sorry, I didn't realize it was me talking. I thought it was him still talking. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Sorry. I wasn't ready for the transition into space. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you into another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Swim toward the light. I wonder if you just die if you do that. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary art. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man, for a flavor, are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wonder if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold of you to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me a fortune and establish my legacy for all time, as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. Can we talk about his fucking cane here? His little chicken cane? Can we fucking take a second and talk about that? That's pretty fucking... That's pretty fucking extra. Alright. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got two more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? Aw, you've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. It's salt. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Whoa! You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. Sounds like you've got big plans. I dare say the biggest. I'll leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Whap him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. That's probably gonna piss him off, right? I'm interested. I want to see if it pisses him off. You know about that, I was thinking about your secret recipe. I don't doubt it. It has a way of leaving an impression on all who taste it. You decide to show me that you also know a thing or two about blowing minds with new flavors. I actually have some thoughts on how you could improve it. Improve it? You want to change my secret recipe? And you think you can do it better? Have you ever heard of habanero peppers? Heard of them? I tend an entire garden of chili pepper varieties. Habanero, poblano, cayenne, but that's not the point. You can't just toss new ingredients into my secret recipe and expect to improve it. The recipe is about balance. It involves careful consideration and refinement. I didn't mean to. Let this be the last time you improvise on my recipes, Sue. I'm headed back to class for the next lesson. That certainly didn't go as planned. I knew that was going to piss him off, but I just had to do it anyway. I wanted to see how pissed off he'd get about adding a 12th herb or spice into his blend. You better head back inside, but you wait a moment so that Colonel Sanders doesn't think you're desperately chasing after him. You step into the massive cooking arena, where their afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place, it's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second, oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not gonna blow anything, except maybe kisses to crowds of fans and going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is. Me and you, if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner?
Aw.
Sure, Sue, I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep boop. Oh my, two potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. Looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. What? Why is this my responsibility? Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Pop's a grubby little guy. Let's give her the robot. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam's gonna be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, warp, warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Psst. Tissue? I hardly know you. Clank judders, and the panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two, for today's lesson we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest for your partner? Colonel Sanders. Oh, I wonder which one it wants us to do. Probably the octopus, right? No. My grandma did make some really, really awesome mashed potatoes and gravy, I will say that. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Say that 3 times real fast. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off my man. Did someone call for me? Fucking music. Sorry. No geez, Van Van. While I'm over here crushing Sue's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley Van Van. You working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no, it looked like Sue was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit each other, like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. The hunk of hunks, huh? No, we gotta turn to your bestie who always has your back. Turn to Miriam, and as soon as you find her, she senses it and looks back. This girl's friend and need radar is second to none. She immediately comes running over. Is somebody threatening my friend? I will destroy them. I actually think that Ashley and Van Van were just leaving you in the dust via my skills as a chef, perhaps. But stepping away from this competition, you're sorely mistaken. Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but Sue is my partner for today's activity. But Sue is my partner for today's activity. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in. He's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamed mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well, while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy smothering your newly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. That does make me want some mashed potatoes. You're right, Lottie. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together you take the utensil of the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. You see Ashley with a sinister look. You know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Sorry, the music switch up again really fucking got me there. Van, do something, do something. Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? I think not. Hold on right there, Sue. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you better both be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. An I has potatoes face? Van rushes over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my speciality, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade, forged by my supreme chef ancestors. Of course. You've ignored me, didn't realize it was this guy. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite. You all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite out of his signature dish, right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed, and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It's been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! Oh my god! Oh my god! Everyone step back, don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it's gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Oh my god. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison. And yet we never learned his name. You're right. The nameless student who just gets poisoned by fucking Van's octopus. I love how, like, he dies and, like, all that happens is a sheet gets thrown over fucking top of him. entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Caucus frozen the whole crowd. They're as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. No, I'm sorry. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kind. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense. This game is really shitting on that guy. Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. You say you wonder if they based the student off of someone? Yeah, like for real. Was there just like somebody like on the board of KFC that they were just like, we've got to like put him in the game and just shit on him constantly? Some poor guy named Greg or something? I don't know. Colonel Sanders stands on the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him, in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him that you're developing feelings for him. Colonel-san? Yes, Sue. There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Aw, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working toward that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you, shut up. I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Oh, forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The sport monster is here to fight a hero. What? I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. We will not let harm come to another student, except for that ghost kid. I kinda dropped the ball on that. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me, because I'm a monster, see? Is he running on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset the sport monster. The sport monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. We also take 1 damage. Okay, let's do it again. Cook with love. He's really feeling threatened by our attack. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Uh, Defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, "This is not happening. This is not happening. This is not happening." Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utilitensel. You take 2 damage from the attack. You take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. What do I think of this so far? This is pretty fucking wild so far, Lottie. It's definitely making me laugh. And I still can't really believe that it was an officially licensed KFC thing. I hope I'm not being too obnoxious with the voices or anything. You decide to go on the attack. Cook with love again. Spork Monster's oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack. Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Hot Pie Power Pinch! Hot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Wow. That's 5 times as much damage as any other attack that we've seen. Spork Monster's defeated. You saved me. Injured Spork Monsters use steam into the night. Do we show mercy? Or do we just forget mercy and finish the Spork Monster? Hold on. Got 4 minutes until an ad break starting. Let's show mercy. Something tells me if we are too cruel to the Spork Monster, Colonel Sanders isn't gonna like it or something. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Be gone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back like you said. The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. Appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. Last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it out without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have enough strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you're tucked in tightly. Hold on, I'm gonna snooze the ad break because my laundry is still finishing up. So I'm gonna snooze it so that whenever the ad break's happening, it lines up to the washer finishing so I can switch my laundry over whenever ad break happens. Was that long enough of an explanation for you? Uh, Good night, my colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Zzz. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Oh, okay. I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank. What, like him? Like? I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart, and he told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at school he didn't even go to. It was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. What? What's that even mean? It's just also the car that he's driving himself in. Thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. Man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. Okay. A little bit less than 3 minutes, someone got a nap break. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever, anyhow. We both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Fibber. Please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. We can't She's our bestie, but we can't break the Colonel San's trust. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about it was Eye of Newt? I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing. You figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. It's probably not good at all. Before you can ask her to confirm that she's was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. The wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. Okay. I'm about to set it on the little BRB really quick. Give it a little bit more than like 3 minutes. Maybe a little bit less than 5. I'll be right back. Oakley dokley, we're back. Alright, wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. And of course, he's riding a fucking horse. Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse stance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You're so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. What a horseful beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, Sue just gets really nervous around people that they like. What? This is not helping. They got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Saunders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, didn't mean to click. Can you go back? No. Like counterfeiting recipes bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients bad. Summoning a demon bad? Yeah, that does sound bad. You try to get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder. So obviously what we missed was that these two were up to something. But he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got pop pinned to the wall. They're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzz, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was the stand mixer. Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van, sending him flying across the room. Man, things are getting fucking wild. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least, or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly, he loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly, you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Sue? Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? You've got a glass of water, a shimmering pepper, and a dog biscuit. Dog biscuit. Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles. Example of his own culinary talents, perhaps? You reach for it when Sprinkles jumps up and bites onto your cooking apron. What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Is this the end? You fade into darkness, but something is there. The spork monster? Porco, what are you doing here? It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. So we just got saved by the fact that we spared the fucking spork monster. Let's sample the pepper. Brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, oh. This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message. Oh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is. I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is. Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through to fulfill the prophecy. You must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh, man. You come to and find everyone is just staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics of these two is off the charts. Step up and tell them they're on. Bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Sue. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense, you breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Arroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope this message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now's my chance to shine. I'll defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made his mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, if the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What? I'm sure does water boil out? It's definitely not 100 degrees Fahrenheit, I can tell you that. That's right. But how would you have even gotten into this school without knowing that? Winter gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say you used? 11. That's right. You might not well know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Fucking trust, I don't know. That's wrong, of course it is. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Next question. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice. Draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy, so where does it come from? The small town where big dreams are born. That's right, this is your shot, and you're not gonna miss it. Aroo! You try to shut up the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. What? It's wrong? Don't make me get the spray bottle. Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Sue. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy? Colonel Sanders' face winking. What were you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. Grr. You are stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the question. You and Colonel Sanders exchanging wedding vows. Does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and dog biscuits? Woof, woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Eh, yikes. Zzz. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in the kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Were You might not have any hands, but Sue does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Sue, no! But you're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. The battle's over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two, on account of Sue's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Sue to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find delicate fried cheese croquette, topped a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch on fire and turn to ash, and they fall off on your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. Well, this is not going well. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. He won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As as Colonel Sanders changes his focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants. I will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. And we're not talking about Pop. It's the Spork Monster. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepared for the worst. Porco? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like to having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Thanks, Porco. I'm glad there's no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. Also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go into this school. I wasn't always a sport monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day, some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. Magic spellbook? Precisely, I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. Sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Sue, together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Okay, look at his little art there on the wall. You've got little baby Sanders. You got a fucking shot of, I'm guessing, him on a camel in Egypt by the pyramids for some reason. Interesting. I wonder who's in the urn. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance between flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, though, but up close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. Can I guess? Is it gonna be fucking coleslaw? It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? You gotta share it with Sanders. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking secret with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. The fucking music, though. Who at KFC made this game? Like, I need to know. Like, I need to like pull up a picture of this person. Like, who fucking made this game? Magnificent. Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items you can take a closer look at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap an item to discover more about the Colonel. I want to know who's in the urn. You take a closer look at the large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Who's the chicken? Very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it just isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices? An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. With the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figured this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he appears to be waving like a rat. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Must be where he keeps his secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? And then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my dad? That combo is an incredibly weak number. It's nothing but ones. Yeah, the only number that means anything to him is just 11. Sorry, respond to a text real quick. Alright, yeah, sorry, I'm back. Are you thinking about heading out into a world on a quest to avenge my dad? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. They really just shit on him constantly. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's pepper. No, I'm just kidding. Tap on an item to discover more about the kernel. Lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of a comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket's a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they mean? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders return. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. Aw. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. Do we decide that now is our moment and make a big move, or do you just fess up and tell the truth? Oh, well, my finger slipped. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. A lot of you. That's hilarious. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel-san? Yes, Sid. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift into a slumber. Dream sequence. Oh, okay, so it's just the same one we had yesterday. Everybody just flying on some chicken. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is the day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Pepper. In some jurisdictions, pepper isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pull in the corner of his eye as he gazes out of the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, You're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, But now that it turns out that you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Plank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? Now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp the fact. Because, he's Pop. What's this swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school? There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Sue, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are too close to boiling over. Naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Sue, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food was received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Sue, I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine arts of fine foods. See you inside, Sue. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I really don't believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know, who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. You can use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times calls for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. That seems like a recipe to get a game over. Don't cast the forbidden spell. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you, it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never come back here, Terrence. I will destroy your Terrence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Sue, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see? But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off to your cool kids friend Jeff and Joan. J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzzzt, bzzzt. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Take Jeff and Joan with you. You can hold hands all you want as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beat. Clank begins to shudder, steam pours out of the gaffs in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep. Bzzzt. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see the entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition. I didn't mean to click that. Whoops. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. Before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, you okay? Okay, I'm so mad that I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Your tiny coca is a delicious treasure. So you know that this breakup is no joke. Even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. Sorry, I'm checking to see if it's almost ad break time. I think it's coming up soon. Gotta keep an eye on it. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person. You shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice the dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, that supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe that you've been working on. Sue's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you. You're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Sue, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking with something delicious. You usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie for 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. If that doesn't make you want a chicken pot pie, I don't fucking know what fucking will. Sorry, once again, I'm checking to see if I think that we're getting close to break time. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. Oh, there are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything that you've got. Again, the music just fucking switched up is great. Okay, we're 5 minutes out on the ad break. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie that you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll put you over the edge for victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes for their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. He's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting really serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend faster blaster! Sorry, I fucking can't. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she gonna try to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see your one another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? We gotta do it the hard way, or else Colonel Sanders is gonna get all pissed off. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Sue. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Sue, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? I'm gonna snooze the ad break. Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles.
It's the secret ingredient. Oh no. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begins to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? These spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I say that you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff, it's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something, do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? Eye of Newt is actually mustard seed? That is something I did not know, Lottie. That is a very fun fact. Sorry, I'm going to snooze that again. Yeah, I didn't realize that at all. I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably pretty lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class when I woke up. You toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Give up and drop out. You summon extra power from deep down within yourself. You see, this is actually a pretty realistic part of cooking, is everything just fucking goes wrong. You just gotta figure shit out. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yasu, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have prepared their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overtook in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Sue. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you've earned his support. Hey babe, how's it going? And it's been pretty fucking wild, to say the least. I think that we're reaching the ending here pretty soon. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet, rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious red chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Sorry, I'm checking to see if I was going to snooze the ad break again when I was coming back around. So far, I'm not getting a notification that it's coming back. Oh, there it is. I'll wait for the countdown to get a little bit further down. So I'll snooze it around the 2:15 mark. Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems like we're missing some students. Pop? Plank? From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now! Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCS AL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks, clank? Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or any other onomatopoeia, but there is none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll just have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto maki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Sue, for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish. I made uni over a smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar. you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. Bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof! Woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Alright. I'm actually gonna let the ad break roll through because it seems like it would kind of be a bad point to be running off a break in the next 5 minutes. I know it's kind of a bad point right now, but either way, I'll see you in like 3 minutes. Okay, I believe we're back. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles would make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously, laps up a bowl of milk. Do I know how to read? I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight and a light rose water syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. You would make fucking Turkish delight. You little bitch. Sorry. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food? At a cooking school? Get toast in your ears or something, Sue. Or got toast in your ears or something, Sue? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, the school for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you! And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. This class gets much smaller. I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl.
Oh my fucking god. It's just a fucking advertisement for a fucking famous bowl. Sorry. Alright. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this.
From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing. Completely blow me away. In my 49 years of dog life, never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the glass. You pass, you pass, you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl.
They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension.
You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even the Van Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There was supposed to be more battles. But come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria is completely redirected in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to this massive, high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog in the house! Ow! You know that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh. Amusing. Now that everyone's together... It's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more from here on. I'd prefer that everyone referred me by my new name. Party Monster. The student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up in talking to Party Monster. Dejected, the student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. Red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown. Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who's arrived late to the dance. Now that I've graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she's managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give him the bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of Chicken and Man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? Question mark? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Sue, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. Spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I'd love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Sue. How sweet, we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I, I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Sue, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. So I'm guessing we fucked up with me choosing the wrong dialogue options on the day 2 or whatever. I forget exactly what it was. But I did something intentionally that would like give him pause just because I wanted to see his reaction. That's the end that you've seen in all the playthroughs that you've seen. I feel like there has to be an ending where you also get to join the KFC business. Maybe if I answered all the questions right on the quiz in the beginning too. I don't know, but that was fucking wild, Lottie. Thanks for the recommendation there because that was fucking hilarious. I had no idea what to expect there. But yeah, that lived up to every expectation and surpassed it. That was really, really funny. But yeah, maybe we'll have to have another playthrough eventually. See if we can't get like a different ending. Quick Google search makes it seem like there is a true ending. Okay, well that confirms that we'll have to jump back in and try to see if we can't win the Colonel's affection eventually. But that'll be down the road. Oh yeah, no, definitely got a kick out of that. That's freaking hilarious, man. Again, I really can't believe that this was like officially licensed and made by KFC. I need to know who at KFC made this fucking game. I'm looking this up real quick. There's 3 endings. Is that counting the ending at the beginning where I just stayed in bed and didn't go to school? Okay, so it was commissioned by KFC. You're just like good, bad, true, secret. Here, I thought there was the giving up ending that I got. No, they went all out. They gave you 3 to 4 endings for the KFC dating simulator. What else has this production company made? PSYOP.
Okay, so they Psyop also has a dating sim spinoff called Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim. Huh. That's fucking weird. They have a virtual fortune tell machine for HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, and PlayStation VR. They released an animated series in 2015 called Grandma's Cats Are Trying to Kill Her in collaboration with DreamWorks. Huh. Okay, well, I still can't get like a picture of the man who made this game, unfortunately. There's also a short film starring Mario Lopez as Colonel Sanders. What is this timeline that we're living in? I'm reading about the Recipe for Seduction movie that has Mario Lopez as Colonel Sanders, and it's like the film was conceptualized in 2018, filmed in October 2020, but was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Hard times for everybody, you know. Had to put the KFC movie on hold. The Los Angeles Times gave it a favorable review, calling it a tongue-in-cheek take on a lifetime romance genre and aimed at women who love men who love chicken. Okay. It's really funny too because I'm reading about the dating sim and it's saying that a lot of people compared the art style to Oron High School Host Club, which I've never seen much of that. Jenny showed me a little bit of it and it was really funny. I should watch more of it, quite honestly, because I think it was like the first 3 episodes or something that I saw. But yeah, it was out there, obviously, but it was really, really funny. Maybe when you come back, we should watch it together, babe. We need something to watch again. I'm guessing that's a quote. It's the song. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Because you were showing me that one, and there was another one that you were showing me around the same time, and I can't remember what that one was either. No, I don't think that you've shown me Peach Girl. That doesn't really ring a bell. I think that like you've talked about Peach Girl, but then like said that you're not going to show me Peach Girl. Okay, sorry, I was spacing out reading the Wikipedia page for fucking the developer of the game. Uh, we're gonna wrap it up here for the night. Uh, true ending is slightly different than what we ended up with for this round, by the way. I was guessing that again, the true ending or whatever is if we actually get to frickin' uh team up with Colonel Sanders at the end and become part of the business. But that's if we actually earn his respect as a chef on the way there or something. And I probably didn't get that respect because I remember what I did. I suggested adding another spice to the fucking 11 herbs and spice blend, and he did not appreciate that whatsoever. So I'm willing to bet that's where I went wrong. So again, maybe we'll have to jump back into this down the line eventually on a night where we have some more time to mess around, uh, and kind of see the true ending maybe, and then also we would also just have to see what happens if you use the dark magic on Ashley, you know? I thought that there was a fast forward option up there. Yeah, so eventually we'll have to hop back in and see those other endings. But yeah, thanks for the recommendation, Lottie. It was a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot different than anything that I've ever really played before. But if I have time tomorrow, we're probably gonna hop into some Tainted Grail. Uh, we almost started the DLC last night, but I got really tired because I'd been up so early in the morning because I had a doctor's appointment yesterday morning. So if we got time tomorrow, we'll probably hop into Tainted Grail, do some DLC. Uh, kind of just want to keep on trucking through that so we actually like finish a game for once, and then that way we can like move on to something else, and I can not feel so guilty about playing 6 different games at the same fucking time.
You
Uh,
mind if I have some of your tasty beverage to wash this down?
that's a good idea, Lottie. I haven't really been hydrating this whole time.
And hit the spot.
But yeah, after DLC, we just have Act 3 to finish up in that game as far as I'm aware. So probably about another 20 or 30 hours left, if I had to guess. Either way, thanks for hanging out and chatting me up tonight, Lottie. It's always awesome having you around. Again, thanks for the recommendation. And Jenny, thanks for stopping by as well. I love you more than anything, and I miss you. If you're still awake, that is. I know that you're probably trying to get some rest before you got to get up and work the joint again tomorrow. But I miss you, and I'm thinking about you, and your little kitty cat misses you too. She's been trying to Spider-Man her way up the fucking wall. But yeah, anybody else lurking, hanging out in the background as well. I hope you all have a good rest of your night, and I will see you next time. I'm gonna put it on the little good night screen, and I'm gonna check to see if I've got anybody that I know
currently streaming, which at this point at the night it's usually just Host. So we'll see what's up, if he's streaming or if there's anybody else that I know that's on. I might raid out. If not, then I'm just gonna end. But thanks for hanging out. I'll see you all next time. It's been a boy named Sue, coming at you live straight from Baked Potato, and I will see you next time.